I forgot to tell you we're actually heading further north, so we're going to a place on the way to Santander. Oh, this looks very pretty. Rosé, red and white.
Yeah, so we've got one for breakfast, one for lunch and one for dinner.
But it's siesta time at the moment. I think it's more like fiesta time actually. I was sat here earlier and Lee comes in a little bit angry. I don't normally see Lee angry, he's quite laid back, aren't you, darling? Good morning, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
At the moment we're in Zaragoza. Last time you saw us we were just leaving Benidorm, but we couldn't get on the main air this time, could we?
No.
We're in the overflow car park, so I'll just go quickly show you around where we are. But we're not filming anything of here because I was here last night, one night stop. We're going to show you the next stop we're staying at because I believe it's a bit prettier.
Yes, nice little village I think, yeah.
This is the overflow. The main air is right down there, over the road. You can see some vans in distance, that's where it is. And as you can see, there's still a lot of vans in here this morning. It just gets busy about 5 o'clock again, is it?
Yeah, around 5.
Yeah.
But that we was here 3ish and that was full. So it does get busy here, but you usually be able to get a spot in the overflow, if anything, and you can still use the services next door. But that's a bit of rain starting, so I think we need to be moving.
We're off, so I'm just going to see you back.
Yes.
And then we'll head to our next stop. I'm sure he's tempted to drive off without me when I do that. Aren't you?
What's that?
Tempted to drive off without me.
Always, my dear.
I still don't know if we meant yes or no then. Anyway, so, oh yes, we wanted to say hello to a couple of people that we met yesterday.
Yes.
They contacted us asking about the Zaragoza place where it was and stuff because they've seen our video. Missed the message, but I told them, look, we're going there anyway. And then by the time I got back in touch with them, they were on the way. So we met them, didn't we?
Yes, we did, yes.
And that's Dave and Debbie. So lovely to meet you yesterday.
It's great to meet you guys, yeah.
Yeah, they've got a little van at the moment, a VW, but they've just bought a van and getting it converted. And I believe it's on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But so. I'm not sure if I can find it, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, so they're getting a new van converted, so very excited for them.
Yes. Right. We better get going.
Oh, we better get going, so at least we can leave this rain behind, hopefully. I forgot to tell you we're actually heading further north, so we're going to a place on the way to Santander for a night, or 2 nights. We might even pop into Santander for a night. Basically got 2 nights left, so we'll either this place for 2 nights or one there, one Santander. Oh, this looks very pretty. Looks like we're in here.
It's like the space. Yep. Careful, Lee.
So we're at our park up, but we're just on the servicing point because we didn't have the right attachment for Zaragoza last time, so we thought we'd just wait till we got here.
Yeah, see what it's like
it was quite busy there, and I thought everybody would be trying to get on anyway. So this was recommended to us by our friends Jan and Rob. So thanks for that. There is space.
Cheers,
we're going to get this services done and then we'll show you about. We've got the end spot, so we thought as it was available, makes it a bit more private for us. So we're just here. We've had to come on the other way around. So it's got all these spots, look, which is great. But as you know, because we've got English van, if we parked that way around, our door would be on someone else's door if they choose to park there. And it's better not to do that. So yeah, looks lovely. That looks really nice, that church up there. So we're going to go and have a wander around that later on. But first, Lee's got some editing to do. I need to shut this fly screen as well, because there's a few flies around here. Lee's got some editing to do, so you get a video on this Thursday. Haven't you?
I have, yeah. Finish editing it, get it uploaded, get it scheduled ready, hopefully. Better check my signal.
Better check your signal, yeah, make sure we've got enough Wi-Fi. But we're going to get that sorted, and then we're going to take you out and about around this area. Right, so change of plan, we're moving again. Some ladies just come up and said there's some electric left on the meter. And he's carefully manoeuvring out of this spot. He said he thinks it's a bit tight anyway, so if
a van was there, next to us and it was packed, I couldn't get that swing.
Ah, right, okay. So because we've tried to park strategically, with the door and everything and a bit of privacy and that, it hasn't really worked out. And with this couple saying there's 8 hours worth of electric on there if they...
What way do you want the door? Because in theory, this is the one.
Yeah.
Now I could just have the door that way and in the hope that the people next to us put their door that way because they've got a lot of space. So I would like that other one, but then the electric's on this side.
Lee?
Yeah?
You just do whatever you want to do, darling. You just park it. I'll go with it.
So they've got us 9 hours of free electricity. You might be able to see it, but...
Oh, I think we can just... No, I don't think we can really see that.
Yeah, so 8 hours and 53 minutes. Because obviously you need a token from here that you can buy from some of the shops.
We're sorted now. We're parked up in the right spot. Lee's happy, he can get out. And there's less flies here actually than there is at the other end near all the trees. And there's a few mozzies about as well, so we're actually in a much better spot. Good morning, it's a new day and we are at
Elciego today. So it's a bit up in the mountains. There's a vineyard, a winery and lots of other little bits around here. But yeah, it's a very old 16th century village.
And it's full of properties from the 16th to the 19th century. Ooh. I thought we got the bell going then.
There's a few play their bells, don't
there's
they?
a few special looking churches around here. We had a look round briefly yesterday because if you need electric on this site you have to go to one of the shops or most of the shops are tourist information and the winery. So we've booked in yesterday at the winery for a wine tasting session at 10:30 today. So which is a bit strange. We're about to go there now. We're not allowed to film the actual museum. We're allowed to film the shop and that's it. So we'll show you what we can. And then we're going to go wander around. But yeah, this electricity, you need to get a token for it and it's
€2 per token for 12 hours of electricity. Yeah.
So we had to go wandering around to look for that and it's beautiful. So I say once we've done our wine tasting we're going to take you around.
Yes, but there's plenty of places to get your token from, either the tourist office, the winery itself, a few bars you can get a token from.
And this time of year, which is it's up towards the end of September, we thought it would be busier.
Yeah, but it's actually quite quiet here.
We only, I mean it's got about, was it 15 spots or something like that, I would say, around roughly. But we only had about 6 vans. Yeah, something like that. So it's good. Yeah, it's a nice little stop. Obviously I will put that in at the bottom and it'll be in the description so you'll be able to go and see this site. So look, it's quite quiet today. We even had a van parking in the car bit. They obviously thought he was leaving space for the bigger vans and parked in the car bit, which is fantastic. But look at that church up there. Can't wait to go and show you guys that. And that's your electric points, and on the back, if you're not sure, it has it in different languages how to get the electricity anyway. It's quite nice touch, isn't it?
It is quite a nice air actually.
You've got parking there as well.
Yes, so just a bit of parking over there. So they do state that if that is full and there's nothing on at the town hall, then you can use that as an overfill parking if needed, but only if the air's full. It's literally a 2-minute walk to the actual place where we're going today.
What does it stand for then? What's it called again?
Yes, so Elciego. So I looked it up. Translated into English means the blind. So looking at a bit of the history of this place, there is a legend, and the legend is the original person that lived here, there's probably a few, but he owned a country tavern basically in the centre of where the village stands now, and he was a blind man, so they named this place Elciego.
This is where we're going.
Yes, so we're going in here. And as you can see over there, we will be making our way up to the church.
Looks like there's a coach party here.
Oh, yes.
A wine tasting.
Yes, they seem to have a few coach parties. So let's get on time and get in there.
It's quite busy in there with the coach party, but we thought we were going in with them, but we're not. They're going in first, and then we've got to wait for them.
So 5 minutes.
5 minutes. But this place is beautiful, so we're allowed to film here and in the shop. So we'll just show you like the cafe bar sort of area.
So you can come here for a bit of food, and some wine. Yes, they do their own olive oil as well. And
Which we get to taste some olive oil as well, don't we?
look at this. Do I get to sit on that chair?
Is that where you want to sit, where you're tasting your wine and olive oil?
Yeah, why not?
You might have to pay for that bit, though. We have paid for it anyway. But
The front.
look at that. And there's a big tractor outside. There's a few of them. Tractors even there. There you go. It says there about the wine tasting. So we've just had a little briefing from the lady who works here, and we're all heading down now. So we'll catch you when we come back up. So that's us. We've just been down there, learnt all the history, and the reason that the boss doesn't want you filming down there is because I believe it's because he doesn't want to show the competition exactly what he's got there, which is quite spectacular, really. We'll talk to you a little bit more about what we've learned after we've tasted some more. But we're sat here with empty glasses at the moment. And it looks like we just got to sample some of them, but it's all very interesting. So we've just been tasting some wines. We had 3 red wines. One was a young wine, which means it doesn't go in the barrel. It's straight to drink when you've made it, so it's not aged. Then we had 2 aged red wines.
They were barreled for a year and then bottled for 6 months.
The second one was 18 months barrelled, I think, and then bottled for 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's got a different name, but she normally you would put it in a decanty, but she had like a little pour thing.
Yeah.
They call the duck that looks like a duck, sounds like a duck. That's all I can describe it like.
So it's automatic, basically.
It does it for you, oxygenates it,
Yeah.
breaks up the wine or whatever. I'm not an expert in this, so but I'd like to be because it's very interesting. But we have this red wine, which is a young red wine called Vivi, and this is the first wine that was made by the second owner, is it? This is to represent the name of the tractor. So the registration of the tractor, and also VI for Victoria, and the VE is for special vehicle. So it's
special.
vehicle especial, yeah.
Got some expensive wines over here. So if we look, you can go up to 127 euros a bottle.
Yeah.
But in the back there, they have actually got like a partner cellar where people that come and buy a lot of wine and stuff, so big corporate people, and they save some special bottles for them. It's still with the dust on, so it looks really expensive.
We just got told to walk past them.
Yeah.
But that's the map of the place. They've got 120 hectares.
Yeah.
They have, don't
Just
they?
to quickly show you a little bit of the history now. Here, this Pedro, I think the wine was starting to be made down to here. This name here is basically the first person to sell the wine.
Was he the one that did it on his doorstep?
So, and that was the original door, just here, where he used to sit, and all he done was put a sign up and saying wine for sale, and that's where they started selling wine. So before that, it was all for family use, and even way before, one name before that, the original person was not family, not this name.
Well, that name, the reason for that is because that name was 2 names.
Yes.
And he decided to bring it down into one name and rename himself, and so that could rename the brand, basically. Yeah.
Family run,
Yeah.
127 hectares of fields, and they didn't use machines. They still hand pick their grapes.
Yeah.
Lovely place to visit.
That's the biggest one.
3 litres.
Wow. And to put that in perspective, that's my hand.
I'm not actually sure. That might be a That might be the 3 litres, this might be a 5 litre bottle.
Oh, there's Lee's hands on it, so you can see. We'll be careful, don't want to be dropping that. What they did say, now I don't know if it's the case here, but what they did say is they have some wines that are exactly the same, but they brand them differently depending to which country they sell them to.
And these are special occasion bottles.
Are they?
For people, yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
So this is, it may be an anniversary, it may be something, but they've done the label.
Oh, that's really good, isn't it?
It may be family members, isn't it?
And this olive oil is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not massive on olive oil myself. I don't mind it with a bit of bread. But she gave us this to cleanse our palate between the red and the white. But to be honest, you can just drink it. She goes a little bit. It smells like tomatoes. It's absolutely beautiful. And if I had to, I could drink it. So Lee's got 6 bottles of wine in there.
I've just got the one.
Well, that's not a box of wine.
Box.
As in, it's a box of bottles of wine.
Yeah. But it is a mixture as well.
Yeah, so we've got rosé, red and white.
Yeah, so we've got one for breakfast, one for lunch and one for dinner.
And I've got 2 more in here and an olive oil. We're going to take this back to the van and then I'm going to take you for a walk around. You alright?
Yeah.
Are you peeping in your own van?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Just a little something, just quickly. It's on the Remis blinds. Down on that joint there's only a plastic bar. And both sides, since we've been away on this trip, don't know if it's the heat or something, but both sides have gone brittle and just snapped. So another job for the warranty, because surely they shouldn't snap after a year and a half.
Oh, on that one, you've got it booked in for the decals, haven't you?
Yeah, 2nd of the 10th. Yeah, so that would have already been happening. Yeah.
So that door will have its decals on the next video after this one.
So this one, yeah.
Loads of tractors around here, as I've said before, mainly transporting stuff for the wineries.
Yes, so you see loads of grapes getting moved around in this area in the daytime.
This is the area where they can have it as an overflow, but it is a car park for other reasons, for different events as well. We've got another tractor going past. That one. Right. All them grapes.
Full of grapes.
Full of grapes.
Red wine, that is good.
And there's another one coming. Right, now it's a bit quieter. Where'd you get that map from?
Yeah, you get it from the tourist office, which is just in the centre, really, of Elciego.
That map Lee's got, it tells you all about walking routes, restaurants and accommodation. So where you can go visit and everything, it's really good. Look at them mountains over there. Oh, there's a school just behind us. Yeah. This is really cool. And you just got like a little square sitting area. And then you've got all these beautiful old houses built between the 16th and 19th century. All through these little narrow streets. So if you come up here, it doesn't open until 5 o'clock. So it's not open just now. This is where we got the map from.
10 to 1:30 and 5 till 8 o'clock. But they've got a wealth of information there. They're quite happy to talk to you and let you know a lot of information about the area.
And they're really, really friendly, and they speak enough English because it's a common language for them. But it's siesta time at the moment. I think it's more like fiesta time, actually.
So the house just behind me, or where the information tourist office is there, that is a traditional 18th century house.
Nice. There's a little bit of information there. If you need the QR codes for some of the history of this area.
If Jodie just turns the camera around, just out to the corner there of that building, that building there was traditionally the old ironworks. This is the actual plaza. So if I'm saying this right, this in the plaza area is the Church of Our Lady of the Square. This being the square.
Isn't it stunning? There's a bar just up there. Looks like they might use this for events. Outside ones. Another coat of arms.
Here behind me, you've got the flags up again. I believe this is the mayor's office, shall we say, within the plaza, right opposite the Church of the Lady of our Square. But I think the big thing is checking out all the details that might not pick up on camera of the crest there. So the great thing about the mayor's office, I think that's upstairs. Now I believe it's still in use, but you can come in underneath. Really old seating area around here. Apparently the emphasis is on the 18th century oak beams that run across the top. While they allow people to come in here, and you can see all the old flooring. And that must be the entrance.
If you can work it out, but you can see the mountains just peering over the top of that house over there. It's quite nice.
The lady in the tourist office did explain was these are done on tiers. Now I think it's a bit like at home with listed buildings. You've got tiers 1 and 2, being if they're 16th century, 18th century buildings. A lot of the residents don't sort of permanently live in them. They keep the upkeep, they live in it for a bit, because not all the properties here are, I suppose, as modern day habitable, but you can live in them quite comfortably, just to try and keep this old village alive. Up there you've got the stone cross.
Still a little bit hilly in places around here. So if you do park there and you've got mobility limits, it's probably not the best place to try and come round. But there's plenty on the lower level, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's just coming up to see all this stuff could be a little bit difficult. I'm out of breath already. Looks like they have some kind of shows on at certain times, maybe on that stage, and maybe they use that area we've just been in as well.
Just going back to the Mayor area, that's Plaza of the Mayor, or Mayor of the Plaza, and this is Plaza of the Florida. Second square.
And there's one of the restaurants in the square that you can come and eat at and drink at.
It's even got its outside terrace there. Lovely.
So we came out just as they were finishing their siesta kind of meal time, because a lot of them eat around 2ish. So we came out, they were all just finishing off. That's why that restaurant was empty. We went round there before it was full.
That is a family coat of arms. I'm going to have to look at this to read that one. Coat of arms of Ruiz Le de Bego family. May I pronounce that wrong?
I think it might be, the statue might be that's in the wall up there.
Of Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, that's definitely a pregnant Mary.
Oh, there we go. And that's that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I get it. It's a pregnant Mary, yeah. Brilliant.
It is a challenge finding things on the map, but it's good fun as well.
Now look what we've got just down here. Now this is the church, or the chapel, you can see from the motorhome stop.
Yes, so the actual name of this parish church is Parish Church of St Andrew. This was actually built, it says, between the 16th and 18th century, but inside it's, you know, all the gold cladding and all that sort of stuff, and it's meant to be really, really beautiful, but apparently at this moment in time we can't get access inside the church. But looking on the outside, it's just another stunning church. So with the interior of this church, it is actually a mixture of Gothic and neoclassical combined. A shame we can't get in today.
If you can see just through above the roofs there's a hotel. and they use steel and titanium on the top of the roof to identify it, because that's what they use to produce the wine now instead of the concrete, because years ago it was concrete to keep the right temperatures because it didn't have all the technology we've got today, and now they use steel and titanium, stainless steel. I don't know if you can see in the middle of that building, looks like a flowery thing, red thing hanging down. That's actually chilies. So if I can keep it still for a little minute and we can zoom it in. Yeah, that's actually chilies. And that is the view from down here of the church that we were just at.
So it gets a little bit busy on the road on this part, but just in front there you've got a bar, another bar, and that's right next to the winery, which is literally a 2-minute walk from the stopover. And yeah, so that's where you'll go for your tours and everything like that, and to get some nice tasting wine. So we're just up near the hotel, the crazy looking one. We'll just scan over the village.
Right, back to the van. I need to make some dinner. We need to taste that beautiful wine we sampled earlier.
Looking forward to that.
There's a car behind us, so we'll have to probably... No, we're alright. We are still in the middle of the road, believe it or not.
Yeah.
This looks like a path, but it's a road. So, yeah. So we're going to get something to eat and drink that wine. So I'll catch you in the morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. So the time has come. This is our last day in Spain.
Yes, it is.
We've had a lovely stay at Elciego. It's been really nice, as you've seen through the vlog. It's a lovely, pretty little town/village, and you've got the opportunities for the wine taste and everything. Really good. We do really recommend staying here. So we've been here 2 nights. We liked it that much.
We did, yes. So yeah, because there's plenty to see for a day or two around here. So like I say, all the old town, do a bit of wine tasting, bit of a tour on that. So it's great.
We're going to head off for the ferry now, but I was sat here earlier and Lee comes in a little bit angry. I don't normally see Lee angry. He's quite laid back, aren't you, darling?
Well, I did have to have a go at someone,
yes.
You know, and I'm sure others would have done the same. It's just the service point, you know. You've got service points you can use for free out here. However, it's the normal. They've got 2 separate taps. One's for drinking water and one's for the Elson point. However, because the tap on the Elson point's a little bit low, so it's a little bit awkward to fill up your cassette to rinse it out. There was someone using the actual drinkable water. He did apologise. However, he blatantly knew what he was doing because he had a bit more space. It's just not on, really. 2 days ago we filled up the van with that water. So yeah, if you see people like that, just have them out on it. That's what I say.
Yeah, because I did say to you, do you think he made a mistake? But Lee's explained to me, no, he definitely, it was just because he couldn't be bothered to...
There's a big sign.
Yeah.
So.
And it's rude, isn't it? I mean, we've heard other people on other channels and people in forums and things like that on the internet that have said this happens, but I don't think we've ever seen it. Though,
no, not really, but it just made me realise and think a little bit that, hang on a minute, don't trust the taps when you come up to them. No matter how far apart they are, someone still might be using it for the wrong thing. And maybe just to have some disinfectant wipes or something and clean it and run a bit of water through it before you use it.
Anyway, we've had such a lovely trip. We've enjoyed everything. I've not been 100% well all the way around. I have had like bad back, bad swollen feet, mosquito bite, sore throats, things like that, which has been a real shame because it's limited us a little bit, but we've done what we can, haven't we, on our trip?
We have.
So I hope you've enjoyed the vlogs from this Spanish trip that we've done. But please stay with us because we've got lots of ideas, haven't we?
Lots of ideas, lots of things happening, possible stuff with the van, places we're going. So yeah, there'll be a lot more coming up for future. Yeah.
So the next one you'll see will be us in Bakewell. We're going to go up and see a couple of friends who've got a meet up there. So the next video you see, we will have already done it by then, but you will see the Bakewell trip. We really must go because we've got a ferry to catch now. I'm not going to film the ferry because we've done that before, and it's just going to be very similar. And we'll be doing a wash up video of this, just like we normally do, just to explain how we got on for the whole trip and show you the places we went.
That is us from this trip. And again, thank you to everyone that supports the channel, everyone that's been following along on all our trips, and everyone that subscribes. So until the next one, we will see you then. Bye.
Adios.